Ladies and gentlemen, he is back. He is back after a short hiatus on the Red Zone Blitz. He was back. He was telling you which college team you should cheer for. He's been pulling out absolutely amazing content week in, week out. He went on a little cruise. He spent some time on the waters, and he's back. Welcome back to the prodigy of college football, Pigskin Frenzy's own Joel Norris. Welcome back, Joel. How you doing?
I'll golf clap myself, man. That was a great introduction.
I try my best, man.
Dude,
I try to remember all you're a very busy man, so I try to remember all of your life in the last few weeks and a couple months and see what you've been up to.
I'm thankful that you invited me back on. I love being on here, man. I'm glad to be back. And again, praise the Lord again for being on here. And then I made it through the cruise. I went on that cruise back in May. It's now late June, going into July. So praise the Lord I made it out. And praise the Lord that I'm back doing this, man. I'm blessed to be doing this. And I'm excited to be back on, man, honestly.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Well, your home is the Pigskin Frenzy, and the Red Zone Blitz is, I'd like to say, it's like your cousin's house. It's a fun time. You come have a sleepover. It's a great time. You're staying up all night, playing video games, eating food you probably shouldn't be eating and eating too much of it, but it's a good time. So it's like cousin's house.
It's like, you knock on the door, and you're like, G answers the door, and it's like, oh, come on, come on in. It's, we're hanging out, having a good time. It's literally like that. So,
exactly. Well, before we dive into, I know everybody wants to hear about your take on a certain quarterback who's not allowed to be in the NFL, but we're gonna get to it. But cruises, first time, how was the experience? Tell some people what you like, what you didn't like.
I mean, it was great. So we went on the Royal Caribbean, and it was Symphony of the Seas. Shout out to the Royal Caribbean. It was nice. It was good. It was one of those things where you look at and you're thinking, wow. It's memorizing when you're going on your first time. It's so big. It's one of the biggest ships in the world.
Yeah.
Great cruise ship. Great atmosphere. The environment was great. The water was pretty. I mean, you felt the boat move a little bit, but it wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just a fun time. Overall, we went to, stopped at a few places. We went to Honduras and Mexico, Cozumel, Mexico, Honduras. I'm trying to think of the city in Honduras. I can't even think of that city in Honduras. Costa Maya, Mexico was one. And that was fun as well. Took us a lot of good pictures. We went to karaoke a lot because karaoke was really fun on that trip. If you get the refreshment package along with the all you can drink, Coke package or whatever, you get a cup. You buy it for like $4 or $5. You can get all you can drink. It's already paid for. It's fun. It's just an overall fun deal. Like the karaoke was fun. We went to a lot of shows, and let me want to tell you something, man. You have to be in shape to do what a lot of these people do, especially in terms of shows. So it was fun. Overall, that's really all I keep saying. It's fun because it is. It was a memorable experience. I would go back, honestly. I would go back to another one. I don't know which one I would get on or go to or which route I would take or which, if I go to the Bahamas or what. But it was a fun cruise. Very fun cruise. I enjoyed it. And I hope a lot of people, decide, hey, you know what? Go on a cruise. Just to relax and have fun and do something unique that you haven't done before. I mean, here's the deal also. There's food on the boat, and it's like it's one of those things where we had the dining room package too. So the dining room was fun. And it's like they portion everything out because usually, like in the United States, especially in the South, we like to eat. So when they say, hey, you go to an Applebee's or you go, hey, you want to save room for dessert? No, you can't save room for dessert because you're already full. But in the dining room on the boat, they portion everything out just nice. So you have that room for dessert, right? So then it's like a whole course meal. It's good. The buffet is good up there, which usually people don't like buffet food. At least I don't like buffet food. That's all great. I'm trying to think of what else is on the boat was good. We played, there's putt-putt golf, there's slides, there's trying to think. There's whirlpools in there, which are cool. The swimming pools, there's swimming pools in there that you can actually swim in. The pools that I usually went to was mainly a lounge around pool, which is like, okay. You just sit there and there's a bunch of people coming up. A lot of people have recognized me from the boat as well. That's another thing. and they were like, "Wait, your voice sounds familiar or whatever." And I'm like, "Do you like college football?" And they were like, "Yeah, I love college football. Well, I have a show called Pigskin Frenzy." Like, "Oh yeah, you're Joel Norris." So I
There it
forgot
is.
Pigskin Frenzy, and I'm like, the one and the only, man. So
One
I'm
of the best
thankful.
feelings.
It is one of the best feelings that you're starting to make a difference a little bit, and I think it was a fun trip overall. It was
Yeah.
praise the Lord again that we got to go on it, and give all the glory to Him, because it was fun and we got us back safe. And after that, I think another gear hit too. And I know you can ask more questions. I'm sorry for talking a lot.
No, you do your thing.
Another gear hit when I got back, and what I mean by that is I think I worked hard, like harder. Like
Yeah.
I think like getting more people on, putting a lot more detail into like a lot of my episodes, and in terms of my graphics and how I market my stuff out, I think I just got a little bit of a second wind a little bit after that trip. Like now it's almost like one of those, okay, I went on the trip. When I come back, I'm dropping episodes like it's nobody's business. All right. I'm dropping a lot of good content out there. I'm dropping a lot of good episodes. I'm going to have a lot of good guests on. Let's strap the rocket ship up and we're going to take off, kind of deal.
Absolutely.
So,
no, man, that's amazing. And I think that goes to show sometimes you need a little break.
Yeah.
Like you need a little time away from the regular routine, and you can come back rejuvenated, recharged, and ready to go and ready to hit the gas.
Because and that's a good thing you said gas, because that's what your body and your mind is like sometimes. Guys, look, I love doing this. I would not trade this job for the world. I would not trade it again for the world. I love doing it. But sometimes you do get a little bit tired. I wouldn't say I was fully burnt out, but you do get a little bit exhausted in terms of like, okay, like it's good, but we need probably just to take a step back a little bit. We've been going so long. We need to rest a little bit and chill out. So it's good to take breaks here and there, and then go out with your family, spend time with them. That's why the Lord put us there for a reason, to have family and friends and to have fun. And then you do that and you recharge a little bit. Then all of a sudden you're like, I'm ready to go back because I miss doing it. And that's how I felt when I was on the boat. I was getting that itch to get back on this orange and black microphone, get back with my system right here, get back at my desk and my camera. And I was thinking, man, I'm ready to go talk to the Ross Dellingers of the world, talk to the Trey Wallaces, talk to all these people, because I want to create the best episodes and get a lot of stuff that's happening in the sport and get some answers on that as well. So it's been fun. It was fun. I would do it again. I'm planning on doing it again. I don't know when, but it's one of those things where it's like a good thing to do, and then you're rejuvenated and you're ready to go.
100%. 100%. No, that's amazing, man. I think you summed it up perfectly. Now, we're thankful you're back, because, man, I think I'm going to start off because we're going to go through a bunch of stuff today, but I'm going to let you tee off, and I want the cold, honest, hard truth.
I think I know what this is about, maybe, but
just a smidge. Brendan Sorsby.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the saga, which I thought was over. So, I mean, I'm going to do my best way to summarize this. Brendan Sorsby got involved in some gambling. He was betting on games while he was in Indiana. And, he had a great season last year in Cincinnati, and Texas Tech paid a whole lot of money so that Brendan Sorsby could come play for Texas Tech, because the one missing piece in that engine that Texas Tech is building is a quarterback. So they thought they found their guy, and maybe they did. And then these allegations come out. The NCAA initially says you are banned. He fights it. He says, I want to fight it. He gets to a Lubbock, Texas judge, which I don't think he would be cheering for any other team but Texas Tech. He gets there. The judge says, hey, it's no problem. Like, fine. Mistakes are mistakes. And then this time, Brendan Sorsby obviously checked into rehab for gambling, for his addiction. And the judge goes, it's fine. You can go back. The world is in uproar. Teams are saying, we're never going to play you, Texas Tech, not only in football, but in wrestling, in field hockey, in any sport you can imagine that we would ever play you. We're not going to play you guys. there's chaos all around the universe. And mind you, this is while, Steve Sarkisian is taking shots at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
They're trying to host Texas for this Texas Classic game that they're trying to plan on the McAfee show. All this is happening. Sorsby goes, you know what, guys? I'm going to go to the supplemental draft. Don't worry about me. I'm going to declare for the NFL draft. We talk about it. I think we had an episode of Red Zone Blitz. We went through every single possible destination for Brandon Sorsby in the NFL and whether or not it was a fit, whether or not they should do it, including my Dallas Cowboys. I was fully on board. I was like, you know what? He grew up around Dallas. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And today, the NFL said, hold on. We're going to cancel the draft this year. We're not allowing you to participate, to which Mr. Sorsby and Mr. Sorsby's lawyer have said that they are going to sue the NFL. And then the NFL dropped a letter, Joel, that was possibly the greatest letter I've ever seen from a lawyer, which was basically like, you are not going to sue us because you have no grounds to sue us. You have not done the work required to fit the model of what it means to be an NFL player. So you're not even a part of the CBA that you're going to sue us on. So that's not happening for you. So my question to you, prodigy of college football, number one, are we done yet with this saga? Number two, where does where does he go from here? Hopefully I didn't miss anything.
No.
Hopefully I got
good.
it all.
Oh, you're good. I'm glad more stuff came out because when I was on, shout out to the Ultimate Playbook, by the way. Thank you for having me again. That was a great episode that we did. It was this past weekend. We did the episode Friday, Thursday, whatever we did. And it was a good episode. We talked about the Brandon Sorsby stuff, and we were saying the supplemental draft, let's see what's going to happen. He may get accepted, we'll have to see. And he mentioned it. He said, we're going to have to see if he gets accepted. And I said, yeah, okay. Number one, everyone's going to say the NFL's punishing Sorsby. They're not punishing Sorsby, okay? They're not. That's not a punishment. A punishment would be like what the NCAA did, ruled him out of ineligibility. A lot of people are saying, you can't, to me it's weird because you can't, and it sounds bad to say this, and I said this the other day, you can't punish him for a college thing, okay? That can't translate into the NFL. It's two different things to me, and that's my thoughts. Now, if you disagree, and if anybody disagrees, that's okay. That's just my opinion. You can't really translate that like, okay, college punishment into the NFL. Not with this, I don't think, because I don't think it's punishment. Now, if they wanted to cancel because of his track record, that's fine. I don't think that's punishment. I think it's the NFL's decision to just, hey, wait until the 2027 draft, because it's not like he's declined for the 2027 draft, right?
No.
So he can just wait until the 2027. Train up, get ready, and do your best, and hopefully your stock hadn't fallen. He's going to take one of those 2020 Jamar Chase years in COVID.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's going to be closer to like one of those COVID draftees where they took the year off. Micah Parsons, I believe, also took the year off.
Jamar Chase did, and he went round 1, number 5. I'm not saying Brendan Sorsby, Jamar Chase. Not saying that at all. I'm just saying that he can do that, train really hard, hope for the best. I don't know necessarily what's next. I would think 2027. To me, it's like, why would you sue the NFLPA when you're really not a part of the PA? I don't know.
I don't know who his consultants are. I don't know who he's got in his circle. I don't know if it's family members. Something's got to change in that circle with Mr. Sorsby. Something's got to change, Joel, because to your point, you're not even a part of the NFLPA. Yeah. Like, you're not even, that's not even a union that's like saying I'm an electrician, but I'm going to go sue the firefighters union. That doesn't make any sense. You're not in the same union. It doesn't. And also, how do you think the owners or the fellow NFLPA or the NFL is going to take to you next year when eventually you're going to have to declare for the draft? That's where you're going to go next year anyways.
Right.
It doesn't do well for your reputation.
Right. And a lot of it's going to... What stinks is all this is out in the open, and even in the 2027 draft, they're going to look at that and be like, do we want him? Do we want to take a chance? Now, here's the deal. A lot of people are going to say, dude, did you see what he did? I know what he did. I know there's a lot of players in the NFL that have probably done far worse things than he has done.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable. Yep. Here's the deal about Brendan Sorsby, though. He can play football. All right? He can play football. He's a good quarterback. To your point, like you said just a minute ago, you said that he had a good year at Cincinnati. Now, was he turnover prone some in certain big-time games? He was. He's got to clean that up. There's a lot of mechanics that he needs to clean up. I understand that. But I will say this. He's very mobile. He's got a cannon for an arm. He can make good decisions in terms of improvising. Now, I will say pocket awareness and presence needs to be a little bit better. But I will say in terms of improvising, like, okay, just quick thinking, he's got the quick thinking ability. He just has to, in certain decision-making aspects, needs to get better at it and refine that and read into some more defenses just a tiny bit, and then get his pocket awareness a little bit better. Other than that, he's still a pretty good quarterback. He made some phenomenal plays last year. Look, out of the quarterbacks that we had in the draft, and a lot of people, you can cover your ears if you want to.
Yeah.
Out of the quarterbacks that we had in 2026, I would probably consider taking Brendan Sorsby over a few of them. I'm not joking. I would. And a lot of people are going to say, dude, are you kidding me for saying this? It would probably be more likely in a debate for me that I would have taken Brendan Sorsby over Ty Simpson.
I think he's an LA Ram.
I mean,
if he is, well, I mean, okay. So I like how you said. Well, I also agree. I think if Brendan Sorsby came down in this year's draft, even with the sample size of what he did at Cincinnati, he came down for this year's draft. I think he would probably go higher than Ty Simpson, because I think a quarterback needing team would probably take a risk on, or not a risk, but they would take their high value pick on a Brendan Sorsby over looking at Ty Simpson and being like, nah, I'm okay. I'm going to pass. I'm going to try next year. So I agree with you. 100%.
The quarterback. I mean, I think the Cardinals are probably going to end up taking the quarterback next year. Again, I don't know why I keep saying this on your show, and I keep saying it on a lot of people's shows. I mean, the Dante Moore and Cardinals thing probably does need to heat up sooner or later, but I think Dante Moore will be perfect for that system. And they can get a franchise quarterback in that. So that's just me. I don't know. Jacoby Brissett's their guy now. I believe it's Jacoby Brissett, right?
Well, they gotta pay the guy. I think he's still holding it. And Carson Beck is there, and they have Gardner Minshew rolling around, which he's just there for the vibes. But no, to your point, I think a Dante Moore would be excellent there. Now, Joel, segueing away from this, because I like my thing is that I'm gonna put a bow on it with this. Mr. Sorsby needs to spend the year collecting receipts. And by receipts, I mean he needs to go in, maybe coach some high school football, maybe go back to Dallas and work on, something that can show that he's made a difference in his personality. He's made a difference in his character. Show the receipts, because I guarantee you next year, when it comes to combine testing, when it comes to interviews with these GMs, they are going to want to see receipts of, hey, you took the year off. What did you do with that year? Did you sit at home playing video games all and felt sorry for yourself and just yelled at the television? Or did you go make an impact? So it'll be a very important year for receipt collection for Mr. Sorsby.
I was also going to say this before we move on, but also just clear your head and try to continue to fix your brain and rewire your mind. Because addiction is a heck of a thing, man. And when I say heck of a thing, it is. Again, like I said before, I've said it on plenty of shows, including my own. It destroys marriages, careers, opportunities for yourself in general. It does.
And your life.
In your life. It controls your life, and it destroys your life almost. So it's like, or not even almost, it probably does. So it's one of those things where he just needs to get help, continue to seek treatment. But not only that, get into real world situations to where he can then learn how to deal with it, grow, and once he is grown, then start working your way back up into getting prepared for the 2027 draft. Because right now, here's the thing right now. Continue to seek treatment and all that, but also he needs to be around people that care about him and love him and don't want to see him continue on with this problem, right?
He doesn't need a bunch of yes men.
He needs to
Right now, if he's got to clear his circle of everybody who's going to tell him what he wants to hear. Because if he can't get his circle clean, if his circle is still the same, hey man, they're just screwing with you, man. Like, it's not your fault. Like, come on, what's the worst that you did? You're like, it was just some bets or whatever. If he's still got that around him, it doesn't matter. Like, you could do all the work you want to do. It's not going to do anything for you. He needs to clear his circle. His circle has to be of people that, like you said, care about him, love him, support him, want to see him do well, but at the same time are not afraid to tell him, hey man, you're screwing up here. Like, that's what you got to do.
100%. I don't even know why this went on for as long as it did. I mean, Texas Tech was a lot. I mean, they played a whole lot into it. I understand that. And a lot of the boosters.
Well, I'm sure those boosters at Texas Tech were not happy hearing this come out, and I'm sure they're probably pissed at Cincinnati. That's the game that they should schedule. They should schedule a little Cincinnati versus Texas Tech. Call it the Sorsby Bowl.
I think it's on the schedule. I think it's on.
Are they playing each other this year? Okay, that will be the Sorsby Bowl.
I think it is on the schedule. I'm trying to think of. Here's the deal, man. Texas Tech is going to be fine. Yeah. I think it depends on if Kirk Francis may be the guy. I think Will Hammond's the guy. I've said it plenty of times, but
see if where can people follow you on social media? Because I've seen this a lot. You've been posting about Will Hammond being the guy. So where can people go and see your takes?
X, Instagram, TikTok at Pixel_Frenzy. All you have to do is just type that in or type my name in maybe, and then you're good. Just hit that follow button, and not only that, let's do it on Pigskin Frenzy in general on YouTube. And all audio platforms, Podbean, Spotify, and Apple to be included. Man, especially on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. But you can hear it on there as well. Because Will Hammond is the guy, I believe.
No, I love it. And we're going to talk a little bit about Texas Tech. Now, before I go into the breakdowns of the different conferences that I want to talk about today, Brendan Sorsby gambling addiction aside, before we hit, all that other stuff with specific teams, give our listeners your overall temperature check on the upcoming college football season. What do you think is the biggest storyline headed in?
I think that's an interesting one. I'm kind of sort of feeling two things. Number one, three things. How's everybody going to feel about the eligibility stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to feel uneasy, or is there more stuff coming out with that? What's going to happen there? Number two, the expanded playoff again, because that's got everybody scared and got everybody kind of worried about that. Four. Let's go with four. Number three, what's going on with that Protect College Sports Act?
Yeah.
I asked Trey Wallace about it. He's told us what it is, and he in layman's terms, what's happening. It should protect us from a lot of the stuff that's going on in the sport with portal and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's open the door for more guidelines and regulations. Could be, hopefully it is. I'll give you a good one that's on the field. I want to see, is it just all one of those things where it's like, okay, Big Ten is kind of, all right, at the top of the mountain still, or is the SEC going to work its way back up and like pull a, we're not going to take it, oh no, we're not going to take it moment, and try to get a national championship. So sort of pointing towards the same sentiment as what Ross Dellinger said on my show. I want to see what the SEC is going to do. How are they going to respond? I don't know.
Wow, I'm surprised because I thought you were going to go with a man out in Baton Rouge. I thought that was going to be one of your ones. I thought you were going to have that one loaded up in the chamber saying Mr. Kiffin with possibly the biggest exit and then followed by entrance and then going back home in the same year.
I think that's a very good SEC type storyline, SEC game storyline. I think the overall bigger picture is the SEC going to get back on track into, okay, we got the team despite the parity, all that junk. We're going to go take it to the Big Ten's best. Because I'm not going to lie, SEC's been kind of struggling a little bit against the Big Ten, at least the top of the mountain, besides Texas and Michigan and all that. I'm talking about between the Indiana, the Oregon, and the Ohio States. What's the SEC's elite doing against those three teams?
Oh, I know where you're going. We're going right to Big Ten. We're going right to the top. We're going to start with because the SEC doesn't deserve to start on the show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A lot of people.
Hey, man, it's your show.
Well, the SEC's got to win some games. To your point, we got to see some production on the field before we can start, claiming that starting spot. So I'm going to give the starting spot to the Big Ten now. Joel, Ohio State. We'll start there. They're loaded. Jeremiah Smith, consensus #1 wide receiver in the country.
Best player in college football.
Yep. Julius. Hey, if they listen to your show, they know this is a listen. Like I said, it's your cousin's house. You're gonna have a lot of dual listeners here. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Yep, he said that."
Absolutely.
Julian Sayin is a Heisman finalist. They've added some defensive help through the portal. Now, analysts keep pointing to the offensive line being the Achilles heel, as it was exposed in every loss they had last year. How much should an Ohio State Buckeyes fan actually worry about that?
I mean, there's some smoke to it.
100%.
I think the depth of the offensive line is a concern a little bit still, and the conditioning of the offensive line is a concern. I would think, to me, that, and I think, and this is a lot of people are going to say, dude, it's still Ohio State. Yeah, it's just the Arthur Smith hire a little bit. I think the spring game was okay, and he did all right, but I want to see it in a real game situation. I don't know, maybe week 2 against a certain, going down to Austin, Texas, and we're going to see what happens against the Texas Longhorns.
The rematch.
A rematch that I want to see if Arthur Smith's offense can take it to that Texas Longhorn defense. I just want to see. I want to see how they operate. I want to see what Julian Sayin's going to be about in that system. It's going to be different from Brian Hartline's. So I think really overall, and I'm not trying to avoid the offensive line question, I just think that's something that I would probably be looking into as well. Not just the offensive line. I think the offensive line's big. I think that the injuries and the conditioning need to be studied and looked at, and the depth needs to be looked at, which is crazy because Ohio State had some good offensive linemen in previous years. But looking into that, yes, but also looking into the whole system of the offense in terms of playbook and how Arthur Smith runs things. Because I go back and watch the Falcons, go back and watch the Steelers in previous years. You guys will know.
Well, I was going to say it, but then I'm like, no, I can't be this mean. Joel's on the show. We can't be this mean to Arthur Smith. To your point, Joel, if you watch the Falcons and you've watched the Steelers over the last little while here, there is nothing exciting that happened while Arthur Smith was running those plays. So I love the fact that you have Jeremiah Smith. It's fabulous. It's a great thing. It's a great Ferrari to have. But if the Ferrari is just going to be parked in the garage and the garage is them running it down every play and then chucking up a play action pass to the sidelines, it probably won't be a good look for Ohio State.
Brandon Ennis, Kyle Parker Jr., Chris Henry Jr., they got guys on that receiving core that are good. It's led by Jeremiah Smith, but they got some guys on that receiving core that's great. They have Bo Jackson at running back. They got some guys. It's just, how is it going to be? Is it going to be different than, and I can already say it probably will be, but is it going to be different than Brian Hartline's? We'll see. Yep. We'll just see how it is. They got a tough schedule, man. A lot of people are probably going to say, "Oh, Ohio State's going to run through people." Are they? I mean, in the 3-game stretch they have is Indiana. I mean, I'm not in no particular order. I'm not going to. Don't crucify me for the order of this.
Yeah.
But USC, Indiana, and Oregon in a 3-game stretch, that could very well be your season. Then you got a tough Iowa team that you got to play, and Iowa's probably going to be stingy. I think they probably squeak that one by. But we'll see. Then you got Texas, and then you got Michigan at the end of the year. Kyle Whittingham, Michigan, nonetheless. So,
yeah,
I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, Ohio State's going to smoke everybody. Let's just pump the brakes on that a little bit. I don't know yet. Ohio State's a team to me that you look at and you're thinking they could be solid and they could be the best team in college football, or the schedule may can get to them. I don't know, but we'll see.
No, 100%. You spoke about this team, so I'm going to move it right there next. Oregon, the preseason favorite in a lot of models. I mean, Dante Moore is back. The defensive front is loaded with all Big Ten returners. Dan Lanning has improved the Ducks' win total in each of the last 3 seasons. Oregon hasn't taken that final national championship step. What do you think has to be different this year for them to get there?
They're getting closer and closer every year to a national championship. I'm curious about how the trenches are going to go this year.
Yeah.
I think I was a little bit concerned about that during the off season a tiny bit and during the spring. Still am a little bit, but I think it will improve. I think the running game, because they're kind of having a revamped running back room as well. So I kind of want to see how the running game is going to be. I think for me overall, I think Dante Moore has got to come in clutch in bigger games because he has come in clutch in big games. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about playoff type of games. Discounting Texas Tech. I'm talking about against an Indiana. He played okay. I mean, obviously against James Madison, he played good. He played all right against Texas Tech, but not phenomenal. It was mainly the defense of Oregon just hammering home against Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Indiana was a buzzsaw just running through everybody this past season. So can Dante Moore in big moments, big games, playoff type games, step up in the big time moments? Kind of like Marcel Reed, but not really. But I think Dante Moore for me is one of those, can he step up in the big moments? He's got to refine some things. I think he will. I think he's the best quarterback in college football. I really do. I think once that happens and he refines everything and he steps up in those big moments, it's going to be hard to deny Oregon. It really is. That may be a little bit of a pre-spoiler for next Tuesday's Big Ten Championship Conference standing projections. We dropped the ACC one out today, so we'll have the Big 12 on Thursday, Big 10 next Tuesday. So pre-spoiler a little bit on Oregon, maybe. You may think, does he have them in the top 3? Maybe. But I don't know, man. Dante Moore is that key piece to me to making it happen. Also, one more for Oregon, if they can just stay healthy.
Yeah. Well, that's
Evan Stewart and Decoria Moore for sure. If they can just stay healthy, strap the rocket, man.
No, they to your point, each year closer and closer. They've inched, and now this might be the year.
It could be.
There is a team though, who had the greatest season last year, topped it off with a national championship win. What are the repeat chances looking like for Indiana? Do you think there is a case to be made for Indiana being a legitimate repeat contender, or do we just got to pump the brakes a little on this noise?
I think, to me, depending on how Josh Hoover plays, that's a big factor. Because I think you heard me last year with Josh Hoover. I thought he was a breakout player and could have been a breakout player for TCU.
Yeah,
I think he did play really well, but he also was turnover prone. It was like hot and cold. So if he can ease up on the turnovers, he's a legit quarterback.
Well, you can whip that thing around the field.
Oh, yeah. It's depending on how he plays for Indiana. And he's got the receiving core. Charlie Becker's back. You bring in Nick Morris from Michigan State. So you got the receiving core with you as well. Offensive line still thick and big and ready to go and tough and stingy. So you got that. You got the defensive line as well. I think overall, for me, you bring back all your coordinators as well. I think the chances are good.
Yeah.
It's just depending on, to me, and I'm not trying to put any pressure on Hoover, it's just depending on how he plays. If the turnovers are fixed, they got a strong shot. If not, then in some of those big games, that could cost them. I'm not going to count out Kirk Cignetti. You can't count him out. I counted him out too much. I learned that last season, and I got it wrong all the time. So...
No, it takes a big man to admit that. Shout out Mr. Cignetti. I'm sure he'd love to chat with you and tell you where to go for the next season. So if you're listening,
he would probably cuss me out, but that's fine. Look,
it's okay. Well, beers on me for that interview. I'll have him shipped in. Moving on to the big dog in terms of the SEC, very loud. I never, like, being in Canada, you don't understand really how crazy it can be to be an SEC fan of a school.
Mhm.
And I read Jay Busby's book, loved it. Thank you for that recommendation, Joel.
Absolutely,
And
man.
recently, I have subscribed to SiriusXM. Since my time back from Pittsburgh, I subscribed to SiriusXM, and on SiriusXM, there's a channel called ESPN Extra, and I listen to the Paul Finnbaum show every day. Every day, I listen to people call in, and we're talking. You and I both know it's the off season.
No.
You and I both know that there's not a whole lot of stuff going on, especially for the SEC folk. Like the Sorsby stuff doesn't really, affect them that badly. Every single day, there are thousands of people probably in that queue that are waiting in line to talk about their favorite SEC teams and how their SEC team is better than everybody else and how the SEC as a conference is better than anybody else. And I want nothing more than the SEC to return to just dominance. What do you think? How many teams do you think, we need in the playoffs this year from the SEC? Well, we'll start there. How many playoff teams? And which ones are they going to be? Are you allowed to say that yet?
I mean, I can make like a prediction, maybe, but
Yep.
I think it's going to be. It may be subject, maybe asterisk, subject to change. I'll have probably a full laid out definition by August. So hopefully I'll come back by August and
yes,
I can
no,
get back
for sure.
on,
We're gonna we're having you back before then.
I'm trying to think. For the SEC overall, I mean, for everybody that says for the SEC, man, you talk about the SEC and the homerism and all that, but dude, look in the South, and I'm from the South, so from the South, dude, football is religion down there. It literally is. It's like a religion down there. SEC football is religion. That's why SEC is so hyped up. It's got the big brand and all that because college football is like down there in the South is something else. It's like a different planet.
Yeah.
So, and look, it's you get hyped up in the Big Ten country. I'm not saying you don't, but I'm going to be real, man. When you get down south, it's something else. But anyway. So
spoken like a good Southern boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Way to go.
It's something else down in Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, Bama, wherever. It's something else.
I just want to say, for the record, I'm gonna mark this on my end. A merch idea for the Pigskin Frenzy. Maybe it's a collab merch idea.
Sure.
Southern football. It's something else. Pigskin Frenzy. That's it.
Else.
That's all you got. All you got to put on the T-shirt. Southern football. And then in quotes, it's something else.
You can just pull
merch idea.
The Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire thing when he said on Spider-Man. It's something else because it is
something
else. So for the playoff for SEC, I'm looking at like 3, maybe 4. I would say Georgia, Texas, LSU, and maybe Texas A&M. Maybe
Georgia, Texas, LSU, and what was the fourth one?
Probably Texas A&M. Maybe.
Texas A&M.
Maybe. You can also make an argument for maybe Ole Miss, maybe Bama, maybe.
I've heard Bama fans on the Finnbaum show. They're not going to be very happy if they find out we're talking this lowly about
maybe. I don't know. I think the 3 certified right now is LSU, Georgia, and Texas right now. If I had to pick a top 3 right now, I'm not giving y'all the order yet because we're waiting until next Thursday's episode of Pigskin Frenzy to discuss the conference standings. But
yes, sir.
Right now, randomized order, no particular order, Georgia, Texas, LSU right now. I would give that right now. But who knows? LSU schedule's tough.
So I'm going to ask you that. So that's my first question. Or first question for you is LSU. I mean, Lane Kiffin goes back to Ole Miss week 3. We've talked about that. Everybody's talked about that. Facing his former program for the first time since he left. I mean, apparently $40 million have gone into this roster. I would not be surprised. Listen, great things are happening in Baton Rouge. Clemson. starting the season. You're in Ole Miss, then Texas A&M all before October. You got Alabama and Texas back to back and at home in November. That's tough schedule. How many losses realistically do you think are baked into that LSU schedule? Because I got him losing 2 at least out of that. I love
3.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least 2 or 3. I've seen them going down because that's hard. It's a hard schedule.
Their October is more friendlier than their September and November.
Yeah,
but I think the trap game for Auburn, that could be something.
Yes.
Look, I think a lot of people, everyone's going to say Auburn doesn't have near the talent that Florida has and all that. Look, I get that. Florida's a good team. But I'm going to tell you what Alex Golesh is doing with Auburn, because I got a lot of flack for saying that you put, what about the underrated teams? Teams? Talking about Florida? Florida's a good team. They are a good team. I think they're going to be an underrated team too. But I think a lot of people are underestimating Auburn, especially with what Byron Brown did at South Florida. I think he can do in the SEC maybe. Maybe. Yeah. I'm not sitting there and saying, look, he's going to or he won't. I'm saying maybe he does. And if he does, I would probably kind of not, sit, and be like, oh, Auburn sucks and all that. Look, I think Auburn has got a really strong shot at winning 8 games. I really do. I think if you circle that for LSU, that Auburn
game
at Auburn, yeah, that's a trap for me.
No, I agree with you.
Kentucky's different.
Yeah,
I had Susan Lax on the show. Shout out to her.
Hey, all love to Kentucky. All love to Kentucky over here.
It's just gonna take some time. A lot of people are gonna, she messed with me on that, and that's fine. She can mess with me on that. She has the right to. She works there. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a slow build for Kentucky. Now, I think Kentucky's got the talent. I really do. Yeah. I think Kentucky to me is a dark horse. So we'll start there. They're a dark horse right now. I think good but underestimated would be Auburn, Florida.
Gotcha.
I think Auburn's a trap game. Kentucky, I think LSU beats Kentucky. I think they beat Mississippi State. I think McNeese and Louisiana Tech. I think the tough games come in with Clemson. I think they're going to beat Clemson.
I think they win. I think they win the opener.
I think they're going to beat Clemson. And a lot of people last year it was tough, and I wasn't going to predict it until August. I think I'm a little bit more confident in LSU against Clemson this year than I was last year, just because of who's coaching them, because of the roster, because of where it's at. I just think, and Clemson needs a rebuild, right? And it's kind of in a rebuild right now. I'm going to officially pick it in August, but I think right now I'm leaning towards LSU in that one.
I think so too. I think their quarterback this year, I think he did a great job in his previous stint in Arizona State. I think he's going to come out. He's going to be balling. And I think Lane Kiffin's got the ability to grab people and make them into superstars.
If Sam Leavitt can be healthy, let me put it that way, I think that foot injury was rough. If he is full on ready to go, I think he's an amazing quarterback. He fits Lane Kiffin's scheme well, and Charlie Weiss Jr.'s scheme well. He fits their playbook well. He can be a really good quarterback for them. They got the talent. I think the offensive line, to me, besides Jordan coming in, besides Braylon Moore happening, Jordan Seaton coming in, and you get Braylon Moore, all those guys, man, look. I think they're good talent. I think Jordan's a good talent. I think he's the best offensive lineman on that team. He's the best lineman on that line. Braylon Moore second, but at the same time, he's still got to have a full unit. I think the depth of the team, little bit of a. No, I think their starting lineup is phenomenal. You got to get the depth going. You got to get, especially in the trenches. I think that's the biggest question mark that I have about LSU. Can the trenches hold up? Can they stay healthy? Then they can make a run. That's really it. Ole Miss is going to be tough. Ole Miss will play better in that game than they will all year, I believe.
That's the one thing that they're going to wake up for.
Yeah.
That's their national championship is that game.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm not going to sit and say they won't make the Natty and all that stuff. I'm not. Because who knew they were going to make it last year?
Yeah.
But I'm going to sit here and say this, man. They are marking that down.
think the
They're
whole
marking
state.
that. They are waking up, and it's on their calendars. Hey, we're counting down the days until we play LSU.
I think every paramedic in that town, every cop, every fireman, every emergency response person, will be ready to go because they probably are. They think it is going to be mayhem.
Yeah.
Joel, speaking of mayhem, we haven't seen a full season from Arch Manning, and I say that as 2025, his November and postseason numbers were elite. 15 touchdowns, 1368 passing yards in that stretch. Texas is built around him. Stark has come out and said that. All eyes will be on Arch. People have already given him to the Jets in the next year's draft. They've already placed him on the New York Jets roster or whatever team we're making fun of that week. Where does the ceiling on this offense go in 2026?
They're going to have to. I think they're going to be one of the. I think they're going to be one of the best in the sport. They should be. I mean, I think Arch is going to be a lot more improved. I put him at number 3 in my list for 2026, heading into the 2026 season. Because we have seen a full season from him, and in his late season, ever since the Red River rivalry onward, he's gotten better and better and better. If he can keep up that momentum and how he played in the Citrus Bowl, now the sky's the limit for him. He's gonna be one of the best, if not the best in the sport. Maybe we'll see. I think the offense centered around him with Wingo and Coleman, dynamic.
Coleman coming in is huge.
That's huge. Big. That changed a lot. You get that. You get in the backfield. You get Smothers right back for him or coming in for him. You get Raleek Wilson there. Raleek Brown there with him. So it's gonna be a little bit. Offensive line's gonna be all right too. The defense is gonna be good too. Muschamp back there for him. Very interesting move. Can't wait to see how that turns out. I think they're playing physical, which is good.
Yeah.
I think what, to me, is the hype going to get to him. Now, I think the hype got to him last year.
I think so.
Those 3 games. Is the hype going to get to them? I think, to me, here's my deal. Texas has a real big issue of getting in their own way. And I think I don't really want that to happen for Texas. I think they got the talent to not get in their own way. I just think last year they had that problem. They got in their own way in a lot of games. Now, Georgia, different story. They don't play Georgia this year, I don't think. Thank gosh, because, I mean, that's kind of their kryptonite, kind of like Georgia and Alabama usually. For Georgia, Alabama's kind of their kryptonite a little bit, besides the SEC championship game last year. Get into that later. But, yes, for Texas overall, the schedule kind of favors them a little bit too. So I think if you're talking about the ceiling it's pretty high to me for their offense. I think they're going to be one of the best in the sport.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to see if they, do not get in their own way with stuff.
As a Cowboys fan, I can tell you there might be something in the water in Texas. There might be something going on in the water because that sounds everything you just said describes that.
The roster is so good and loaded. Recruiting was good. Transfer was good. The NIL money is all there. The resources are there. It's like I said last year. Do they have the team? If they have the team chemistry, do they have that team? If they have that team, the sky's the limit for them. The pressure is going to be on for sure for Sark.
And I think it's on Arch, but I'm a big guy when it comes to Colin Simmons. My boy Colin Simmons. He's got to be the engine. He's got to be the dog on the defensive side of the ball.
100%.
And a lot of people are going to look to him like, come on, buddy, we got to see you in the top 5 in the draft. And that's what I want to see from Colin Simmons this year. I want to see him absolutely kill people out there, be a monster, be a menace, and then next year get drafted in the top 5. I think he's so talented. Like you said, there's so much talent on this Texas team. A lot of it is just unlocking that talent. And I think some of it also is on Sark. We got to see some innovative play calling, brother. Like we got to see you pull some stuff out of your bag when you got talents like Coleman and Wingo, and you got a guy like Arch who's there. Like I don't know if this will be the last season they have with Arch, and I'm sure they've got a plan for the succession plan and everything like that, as most big programs do. But you got to pull it out of your bag.
And they may not. It may not be the last season. Well, who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
He may do the full year new eligibility deal, and he may run out of eligibility and pull what Peyton did and Eli did and his granddad did with Archie. I mean, he may just pull a Manning, a classic Manning, and run out of all of his eligibility, graduate, then enter the draft.
Yeah,
like they all do. So he may do that.
He may transfer.
I don't think
I don't want to be I don't want to be the guy to say it, but hey, in today's era, anything is possible. Like we've seen it. Like
that would be the wildest thing though if he did.
That would break the internet. I think when it comes to college football, if March Manning declared to transfer, depending on how they do this year, I don't think that's happening. By the way, before Longhorns fans start attacking me, no, I don't think
if he leaves Texas, I believe he will go to the NFL.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. I think the NFL will be the only place he leaves.
Absolutely.
Now, the final team I wanted to talk about in the SEC, I know people are like, you didn't talk about all of them. I promise we'll have the prodigy back. We'll go through all of them. We're going to go through a little skim here. Georgia, a lot of analysts have them going running the table. I think their schedule is a little bit favorable, one would say. 12-0, is it realistic, or do you think the Georgia always finds a loss narrative applicable for the Dogs?
So I think they can drop one, maybe. I mean, I think they need more pass catchers. I think that's the problem. I think the problem is receiving right now. They lose a lot of guys to the receiving core.
Yeah.
You can say the same thing. Oh, well, what about USC? They have all their freshman guys. Yeah, but their freshmen right now at the receiving core is pretty legit in the Big Ten. That's a different story with Georgia. Georgia, they have guys, but it's mainly at their tight end spot. That's their strongest position on that team is their tight end spot. They have, Elias Williams, Lucky Lawson back, or Lawson Lucky, excuse me, back at tight end for them as their senior go-to veteran tight end. He'll start. Mm-hmm. Elias Williams is in there. Jaden Riddell, Ethan Barber. They're a loaded tight end room, man. But you got that as pass catchers, and you can utilize them as pass catchers because they're usually utilized as like blockers. Bring it back to the Darnell Washington and Brock Bowers times, man. Just make them elite pass catchers, and then you're good. But you also need a little bit of help in the terms of a pure wide receiver, and I think that's the problem as well for Georgia. So we'll see what happens. I think Gunnar Stockton's good enough. I think their running game's obviously good enough. Hopefully Nate Frazier is healthy by then. We'll see. Their trenches, still physical. It's just the receiving core. The offense and the receiving core is it for them right now. I think their linebackers are going to be strong. Their secondary is going to be loaded. I think Georgia's got a shot, but yet again, they always seem to find that one. Let's look at their schedule. I mean, Tennessee State, that's a win. Western Kentucky, win. At Arkansas is a win. Oklahoma, I'm going to lean towards a win. Who knows? We'll see. Vanderbilt's a win. At Alabama could be a loss. Because, I mean, it happens all the time. It seems like Alabama just shows up for that game. Besides the SEC championship last season, usually it's Bama's game. Usually. They got Auburn at home, Florida, at Atlanta, why did you bring that game to Atlanta? Keep it in Jacksonville. We'll talk about that later. At Ole Miss, a rematch from the Sugar Bowl. Then you got Missouri at home, at South Carolina. Bringing that game back is awesome. And then you get Georgia Tech. So you may can find a loss in there or two. I would probably think they're probably going to be favored in every game they play. But you could find a loss, maybe one or two in there. I don't know.
Do you think the pressure is more on them, though, because you saw Indiana just go out and do it? Do you think there's more recency bias where they're like, you look at that schedule and you're like, Indiana did, and mind you, it's not the same schedule that they have this year, and Indiana faced probably different opponents, but Do you think there's a little bit of recency bias, especially with some restless Georgia fans who are like, just get it done? And what a place to what a team to cheer for, eh? Like you're just always used to winning, so you're like, hey, can we get a perfect season?
I think, to me, because they had a perfect season back in 2022,
Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't think. I think a pressure to me is less on the undefeated aspect of it, more so on the can we get past the quarterfinal aspect of it. Because the past couple of seasons, it seems like there has been a little bit of a fall off
Mm-hmm.
in terms of you get there and you're like, Georgia doesn't look,
They don't look as violent as they normally look, and as dominant as
you don't look like Georgia, man. You don't. Come on, Kirby? Where's the dogs? You don't see that, right? So for me, I would say more pressure on getting past the quarterfinals. For the love of all that is, get out. Do not bring them to the Sugar Bowl, and do not give them a bye, because it seems like the past 2 seasons when they get that Sugar Bowl spot, they always lose.
Yeah, they have too much sugar.
Exactly, man. Just get it out of them. Like, please, just take us to Miami. Take us to the Rose Bowl.
Move them around. Go somewhere else.
To me, a lot of people are going to say it's favorable schedule. I think the early part is favorable. I think it starts to get competitive for Georgia. I mean, OU, Bama, who knows how Auburn's going to be? Auburn can bring a fight to them.
Yeah.
Who knows how Florida's going to be? Florida can bring a fight to them. At Ole Miss, let's see what Pete Golding's about. Missouri, who knows? We'll see what Missouri's about. I mean, they may be a little bit better. Concerns with Chip Lindsey as the OC at Mizzou, but we'll see. South Carolina, I'm curious about South Carolina, because you look at South Carolina, and I know I said it last year, hyped them up last year a little bit, but maybe this year they can have a strong year, because I think South Carolina's in need of a strong year with Kendall Briles now as the OC there. So we'll see. GT gonna be like clean old fashioned hate's that's just gonna be the rivalry. It's in Athens this year. That's gonna be the cue. Okay, gonna go back and forth. So it's rivalry weekend. It's always gonna be more of a tough, hard nosed game. Mm-hmm. But I think the later part, like as they go into September 26th, my birthday, by the way, guys. So
gonna make note of that. Gonna make note of that on the calendars.
That game, that day right there with OU, I think that and onward, that is when it gets more competitive for Georgia, I think. I think it will get competitive as it goes on. But early, I don't think it's all that competitive for me. I think the first 3 games, they'll easily go 3-0.
No, that. Hey, music to Georgia fans' ears there. They don't want it the easy route. Now, mind you, my co-host, it's late where he is, and we got some teams that are left. And I know people are probably wondering, you missed my team, you missed this conference, you missed that conference. Listen, I'm going to invite him back. He's going to be back. We're going to do the rest of this. We're going to do a part 2 of this, because I love doing this. This was fabulous. It was amazing.
I'm glad.
Now, before he leaves, though, we're going to finish with one team, because they believe in no conference. And that is Notre Dame. Joel, Notre Dame, much to, I think they let every single person in the universe know that they were left out of the college football playoffs last season. Now they're back with CJ Carr at quarterback, schedule loaded with 6 ACC opponents, plus a massive matchup against Miami in November. How dangerous is this Notre Dame program heading into 2026?
They're the number 1 team entering 2026.
Boom.
In my estimate, I think they're the number 1 team entering 2026. That stance has not changed. You released that in early May? Like, man, like right as you released that in early May when you were at the go on that cruise and everything. Yeah, my stance from the cruise or whatever has not changed. Notre Dame is still the number 1 team in my estimate. I've really liked what they've done during the spring. I like the confidence that CJ Carr has presented himself with in the spring. A lot of people are going to say they're going to hand the ball off to Anais Williams. They will, but CJ Carr is going to have to play. All right? He's going to have to make those throws more. He's going to have to do more.
You got to replace Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price output somehow.
You do. And Anais Williams is still going to be good, but he's not going to be a Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
You're going to have to step up to the plate if you are CJ Carr. You're going to have to throw the ball a lot more. And when he did throw the ball last year, very little turnovers. As a freshman,
Yeah.
he's
No,
going to be a lot
hey,
better in my opinion.
no, 100%, 100%. Now, I've been impressed because I've been looking at their recruiting that they've been doing. They're building a program for years to come. I feel almost silly saying this, but I'm going to say it anyways. Now, if they miss the college football playoffs again, does the seat for Marcus Freeman that was suddenly, because Marcus Freeman was in talks, everybody loves linking him to NFL jobs. It's the greatest thing that people have come up with for Marcus Freeman. But does the seat start to get a little warm if they miss the college football playoffs this year?
I don't think so. I think he will. I don't know. I think for me, I don't think that. I think that to me, if Marcus Freeman leaves Notre Dame, it may be for the NFL and or for Ohio State eventually because he played at Ohio State.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like if to me, if there's a world where Ryan Day was retired or stopped, right, you stop coaching. And Ohio State, the biggest job in the world, right? It's opened up, or at that time at least, the biggest job in the world opens up. They're going to call Marcus Freeman. That's his home. That was his original home. And in the words of Paul Bear Bryant, a historian over here, when mama calls you and tells you to come home, you go home, right?
Yeah.
Notre Dame is not his original. That's not his alma mater. He loves Notre Dame. Don't get me wrong. He loves it. It's Ohio State, though, and that's where he played football. So, and he was an assistant coach there for a little bit, too, a GA, too. So, maybe I think that would be my thing, my end destination for Marcus Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
But if he does go to the NFL, great. Like, cool. Like, he's earned it. A lot of people like him. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get fired regardless. I don't think he's going to I don't think they're going to force him out. I just think now would he take another job? Who knows? Mm-hmm. I think the only reason why to me, this is my dead answer on this. I do want to talk about the schedule for Notre Dame, but I think my answer on this would be Marcus Freeman leaves Notre Dame if he decides to leave Notre Dame, not if they force him out.
Amazing.
He leaves it on his terms.
Well, we see that with the way the man is moving. The man is moving and not releasing any of his merchandise to the general public. I hear you, Notre Dame fans. I know. I would also love to buy the catalog of clothes that Marcus Freeman wears. Now, on that note, we got a couple fun questions for you. Simple, nice, easy, bang bang. Number 1, best uniforms in college football. This is gonna upset some people, but it's fine. It's fine.
Probably Oregon, or there's 3. I'm a simple guy. Can I just give like a 5 lister?
Sure, we'll allow it. We don't want to make people.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot of good jerseys.
It's not about making people mad or anything. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
I think in no particular order. I think Oregon, LSU, Penn State. I think those 3 are great. I think Ole Miss's uniforms are pretty cool.
Oh, they're pretty sweet.
I think that I like Notre Dame's. A lot of people are going to say, dude, boo on that. I really like the old classic gold helmet uniforms with Notre Dame. Honestly, for me, the Crimson, I got to go with Alabama, man. I think there's nothing like the classic retro, the number helmets. Those are just classic. They're timeless. You can't really change that. You know what I mean?
No.
So,
hey,
that's my 5.
That's a solid list. And now to mark the end of the episode, I know if somebody follows you on X, they know this already, but you really love Whataburger.
I do.
You really love Whataburger. You are a big proponent of Whataburger. You are constantly seen on social media singing the praises for Whataburger.
It is. And there's not one in Illinois, and I'm mad about it. But yes.
What is first time someone goes to Whataburger, what should they order? What is the prodigy of college football order? Whataburger.
So, if you want my order, y'all can clip this. I would love for you guys to clip this. I usually get a double meat Whataburger with ketchup, mustard, very specific, pickles, and grilled jalapenos. Then, or fresh, if it depends on what I feel. And then I usually get an onion ring on the side with either a water, a Dr. Pepper, or a Coke Zero. That's what I usually get. You can get anything you want at Whataburger, though. I think that Whataburger clears everything. We're going to be here for another hour if we talk more about Whataburger, honestly. It clears everything.
This man knows burgers. I honestly, that sounded delicious. My first thought was, this man loves heat. And now, second thought is, that was beautiful. That was a symphony. Oh.
Now, Five Guys can bring some competition to it. But overall, Whataburger just has the heart, man. It has my heart to it. I think it. Now, if you're talking about, like, for me, someone told me the other day, like, no, Culver's clears Whataburger. I'm like, dude, no, it doesn't. Now, custard and ice cream, sure. Dude, the burger itself, if we're talking about burgers, Whataburger beats everything, in my opinion. My thoughts.
And just so I'm aware, I'm just going to throw some players in there, and you can just tell me if the Whataburger is better than them. Just gonna throw this one out there. Shake Shack.
To me, yes.
In-N-Out.
Yes. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. I ain't gonna argue with you. I had Whataburger in Texas, man. Whataburger in Texas was a fabulous time.
No, a lot of people are going to say, "What are you talking about? In-N-Out's the best." I've had In-N-Out. Didn't beat Whataburger. Whataburger's better, man.
I love it. I love Food Corner with Joel. I love Food Corner with Joel. It's one of the best.
If
one of the best things.
We could talk about restaurants and food all day, man. I just think that in terms of fast food burgers, Whataburger is the best. It has my heart. I would love a sponsorship with Whataburger. If they can get on,
we're gonna get you sponsored. No, trust me on this. We gonna get you a shirt. We're gonna get you a care package or something. We're gonna get you something.
Let's clip it.
We clip it. We're gonna clip it. We're gonna promote it. I'm gonna put some ad spend behind that one.
Yeah.
We're gonna put it right into. I'm gonna geotag the ad spend into the Whataburger headquarters, which I don't know where they are right now, but when I release this episode, I will. We're going to geotag it, and the fun cousin is going to get the cousin that came over a nice little Whataburger care package. It's going to be beautiful.
Or a Whataburger partnership, something with the Pigskin Frenzy. Because, dude, I mean, let's be honest. Whataburger, it has everybody's hearts. The thing that's so sad is the nearest one is 5 hours from me. And I'm sitting there and thinking, why am I here? Like, do I need to go back down to Mississippi, or do I need to go back down somewhere else? Or does the Pigskin Frenzy headquarters in the War Room need to relocate? I mean, who knows? Only to be closer to a freaking Whataburger around here, man. I mean,
hey, if there's some affluent people out there, some people with some change, some potential boosters for college football, let's get in touch. Let's open a little franchise up in Illinois. Let's get this thing going here.
I mean, Whataburger, man, is just. It's just something, It's like look, I'll even say my quote, right? We're talking about the Southern football, right? It's something else. Whataburger is something else, man. It really is.
Bang.
It's something else.
They're going to love it. They're going to love it. Well, listen, Joel, this has been amazing. Time flies when I'm talking with you, especially when I'm talking to you college football. As I promised everybody, we are definitely getting you back on.
Absolutely.
And if it's up to me, we're going to get him on. At least in a regular sense. At least will people know, hey, he's coming on at this time. This is the day he's coming. So people can, order their Whataburgers, sit down. They can tune into a little Pigskin Frenzy, a little episode of that, and then they can tune into a little episode of Red Zone Blitz, and before you know it, it's time for another Whataburger.
And enjoy your Whataburger for me, because right now I cannot enjoy the Whataburger, right? So.
Exactly. Now, before I let you leave, Joel, where can people find your content? Where can people write to you? How can they get in touch with you? Let everybody know where they can find you.
Man, You can find me at True Voice Digital as well. I need to plug that as well. True Voice Digital. It is a truevoice.digital.com. It is a faith-based Christian streaming platform, up and coming. It is a great platform to have faith-based, inspired content on the show, and not only that, just our content as well is now on there. So we're thankful for them, and we're thankful for that partnership as well. It's going to be great, and find us on there as well. You can find us mainly on YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, Apple, I believe. Yeah. Anything, Amazon. Just hopefully the Alexa doesn't go off in y'all's houses. Just say play Pigskin Frenzy. So subscribe, follow on that as well. Social media is X, Instagram, and TikTok at Pixel_Frenzy. Just follow on there. You're going to get wild takes, just like I said. Again, I will post it till the cows come home. Number 1 right now, Notre Dame going into the season is number 1. Number 2, Whataburger clears everything in terms of fast food burgers. So you'll get a lot of takes like that. So
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you know what? I want to say a special thank you to Joel, because as this show evolves, the Red Zone Blitz evolves, as things change, as things move around, personnel changes, everything else, all the other things. Joel, for those of you that maybe are new listeners, is one of the founding members, I think, of the show. I think he is one of the first people that I ever talked to when it came to about this space. And he hopped on. He's like, "Yeah, man, let's do this interview." And I'm pretty sure I botched that first interview that I did. And it was just from there to now, we're almost hitting the year mark of me and Joel knowing each other. And I think it's been an amazing journey, man. And I can't wait to do this season with you again. It's going to be an amazing season. We're going to have you on. We're going to do some things. I'm going to work with Whataburger. Hopefully we can get you that little care package. We're going to get some merch lines going, all sorts of stuff this year. So I'm super excited.
And I'm just going to say this as well. As a person that loves doing this, honestly, I love what you do. I listen to you all the time. So obviously, I'm a Red Zone Blitz guy. I love coming on here. I love making guest appearances on here. I'll be on whenever they need me, whenever you need me. It's one of those things where if you're in this space, number 1, like my friend George Reiser has said, don't take yourself too seriously when you're doing this. Be professional, but have fun when you're doing this. You don't have to be, don't be crazy and wild and all that. But at the same time, lay back. Don't be so stiff. Lay back. Have fun. Talk. And, just don't take yourself too seriously doing this. That's number 1. And then number 2, keep pursuing your dream and staying the course in this. That's why I say stay the course in this. Because number 1, my grandfather told me that. He told me to stay the course in whatever you do and stay the course for the path that the Lord has for you. So just trust in that. And if you trust in the Lord and stay the course, everything's going to go for you and go well for you. So just keep on going and pursue whatever dream you want. So to me, that's why I think the Red Zone Blitz has been successful, and that's why I think Pigskin's going to continue to just flourish. So,
no, amazing. No, beautifully said, Joel, and I appreciate you. And before people start going, guys, get a room. I'm gonna say it's been amazing having you back on the Red Zone Blitz. We're gonna have you back on very soon to talk all things college football. I know, guys. I hadn't talked about Miami. We're gonna talk about Miami. We're gonna talk about the Big 12 and everything else outside of Brendan Sorsby. So we got all sorts of that stuff coming. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Joel Norris, Pigskin Frenzy. Go follow him. Go subscribe. The prodigy of college football and the official college football Whataburger ambassador in my eyes. I'm going to make sure we manifest that. Appreciate you, Joel.
Thank you, man. We got to clip it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Joel Norris from Pigskin Frenzy.